Sean Wiley. Sean here? Sean's no longer. Okay, I don't have that. So we have Kitty. Kitty Moran. Welcome.
I live on Hay Street near the Butterfield Ave intersection. We regularly, or most nights, have people doing about 60k an hour down our street, flooring it from Linwood Ave up Hay Street and back. There is a school right around the corner. Although we live nearby, I am considering taking my child to another school just because I'm concerned about safety, walking him there. And I was having a think on the drive here on what could be helpful, and I'm wondering if a chicane or two on Hay Street would be helpful, as well as reducing the speed limit to about 40k an hour rather than 50. People come off Linwood Ave doing 60 at that point, and then just keep on going.
Is that it?
I'll
wait till you're finished, and then if this time Sarah has a question.
Yeah.
So you can...
Just another point on the Bridle Path Road, people flooring it down from coming off the tunnel down Bridle Path Road. They just hoof it down there, and there is a school right on that road. And people cut the corner onto Port Hills Road off Bridle Path, including going up over the curb and onto the footpath. I was nearly hit. My son was nearly hit. And, my parents live on that corner, and I'm constantly worried about backing out of their driveway just because people don't do the speed limit.
Right. That's really good to have that local feedback. So shall I take Sarah's question? You okay with that, Sarah?
Just a quick query on Hay Street. So we had a resident of Thomas and one of Hay this morning as well, and wanting all to be 30 that area, not the difference between the 40 that was originally proposed for Hay Street and the other one's at 30. Are you happy with Hay Street going to 30 because that's now what staff are recommending?
Doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
As long as it's lower than 50.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
as long as it's enforced.
Yeah, okay.
Great.
Top end of Port Hills Road, where it intersects, where the park is there on that corner, after the earthquakes, because that was the truck route, they took away the park bollards and paved it over. Is that where the cars are cutting across now? Because we could put those bollards back on.
It's the opposite corner to that. So people are cutting that corner to turn left off Port Hills onto Bridle Path.
Yeah.
And that seems to be okay because they're going uphill, so they have to slow down to actually see around the corner. But the other direction, turning left onto Port Hills, that's when they cut over. And it doesn't matter that there is a grill and a grate there. They just fly over it.
Thanks.
Good to know. Thank you. Tyler.
It's just a question for staff. This was another great point that's been brought up, going off a main arterial route that goes really fast into a suburban area, such residential. I'm just wondering if staff is it easy to model what those corners might look like across the city? Because she's talking about Linwood Ave. There's multiple streets that do that around the city. Is it easy to model, or is it even possible? For example, if we're going down a 60k down Brougham Street, for example, turning into Woodham, they're continuing to say that same speed, and it is essentially going to be a 40, but they're still anticipating that it's going to be a 60 because they're still using that same speed. They're using their momentum to go around those corners. Curlitz Road's another example, Linwood Ave's another example. It's becoming quite frequent. I'm just wondering what the advice would be going...
So what the advice could be about that?
About the modelling of what there could be around mitigations of getting those around the corners.
And certain hotspots in the city that are vulnerable to that. Thanks.
Sorry, I find it really hard to shape my questions.
That's a good question.
I just had a thought that maybe extending the 50k all the way to the next set of lights. I can't remember what the road's called. Yeah, I think it is McGregor's Road. So that 60 zone between Eastgate and the next set of lights seems to be the problem. Hay Street is pretty much just after it turns into 60, and there are lots of children who cross Hay Street to get to the
Right.
school across.
Okay, no,
Linwood Ave.
that's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So look, Yanni, have you got a very, very quick one?
We do have money that we've got on budget as council to improve the roads through Bromley, Linwood, through Surf and Craft. So there's going to be a lot of work done, particularly around Hay Street and Linwood Ave as well. So
Oh, that's good.
just to kind of reassure you that we're not just doing the speed limit changes, but we are looking at what else we can do to
Yeah.
make it safe.
And
particularly
it's
for the
got so
schools.
busy. Thanks,
Yeah.
Kitty, for coming in. It's really nice
Thank
to
you.
see you.
That's all right.
Yeah, we'll just trying to keep to time. We're a wee bit
Yeah,
behind.
okay. Yeah, it's just on whether there was actually any data around people, changing speeds, as
Yep, so we
Tyler
can
says,
bring
from
that
60
in
to
with the thing.
40. That
Yep. Thanks, Kelly. Is Dean Gray here? No, Dean's not, sorry. We're going to Chris